Good morning. Frank here from Central Florida Musings. I don't intend this vlog to be political, but I just couldn't help but comment on an article from the New York Times yesterday in regard to the stimulus package, which I'm glad to see that the Senate did get passed last night. Now hopefully the House of Representatives will be able to get that through in the next few days. But anyway, so yesterday I'm reading the New York Times because I was trying to find out what was actually in the package based on some of the news reports I had heard that sounded, some of the things were a little bit disturbing. But even more disturbing than some of the things that were in the package is I read through the article. Every time they said something that would benefit a business, they said, oh, and this will benefit the Trump family, of course, or something along that line. Obviously, the president is very much prejudiced against by this particular company, the New York Times. But it was ridiculous, and I just thought I needed to report that. I'm sure that a lot of you who are or aren't Trump fans are aware of how the media seems to take care of him, but oh well, that's life. I will have to say I've been alive through 14 presidencies, and Donald Trump was not really my guy as we went into the situation, but he was elected president. And near as I can tell, after having lived through 14 presidents, he appears to be one of the better ones. Anyway, using the criteria of are you better now than you were before, I'll have to say I've never been better in my life than what I actually am right now. I had a real good structure during the 1980s and went down in the 90s. It was down in the 60s and 70s, so I do tend to view that who is president does have some effect on my life, in some effect anyway. But anyway, he's the president. He's the president. That's what we've got. So I do wish people would quit spreading the hate that we get about him, but I guess that's life. Anyway, as I said, I don't really want this to be a political vlog, but from time to time when I see something, I might make a mention of it here and there. And as to the stimulus package, I know they've got to do some things to get it fixed, but, you know, money to PBS, money to Planned Parenthood in a stimulus bill, I don't know, but I guess they got to do what they got to do. And I just hope we can get our check and get out there and get it spent and get the economy going again. It looks like I did miss out on the bottom of the market yesterday. I'm assuming it's going to continue going up. I was hoping to have some extra money coming in here just recently and be able to investment while the market is down. And it looks like now that we'll just ride her out and go on through. Not too concerned one way or another. I'm sure that things will go along. A little bit of note down here in Florida. Last I heard, we have about 1,700 cases of the virus here, 22 dead. I think there are 2 dead up in Orlando, which is too bad. Again, I'm about 20 miles south, and as far as I know, we don't have any new virus cases down in my city. I was out yesterday. I had to go to the store to pick up a couple of prescriptions. The traffic is always bad down here, but for the last few days it's not been too bad, but yesterday it was just bad as normal. Car after car after car backed up. People out. Grocery store was packed. Parking lot was packed. That was over at Publix. I didn't make it to Walmart or by Walmart yesterday, but I assume it was probably the same thing. It's ridiculous, so I assume sooner or later that we will have the virus down in my city here as well. We do have a hospital here, so that's good, and lots of doctors. I did get a call from my doctor yesterday. In regard to my next appointment, they're going to do a telephonic appointment and not have to go into the office, which I think that's a good thing. The weather down here is something else. It's like the middle of summer, 89, 90 degrees. We have 93, 94 projected, I think, for next Tuesday, Wednesday. And that's about as hot as it ever gets here in the summer. I'd say 93 is probably the kind of the average high during the summertime around here. Of course, the humidity is generally pretty high, so it's not comfortable by any means. And we do have a few times where it gets up into 96, and I think we had one day last year where it actually got to 100. And in the past, there's been a few days in 100, but generally 93 is about as warm as it gets around here. So we're there. Anyway, I think that's about enough for today. So welcome to paradise, another sunny day we have here. And we'll see you again in the future. If you'd like to hear from me, don't forget to subscribe and do all those other things you need to do. And until later, we'll see you.